Johnson. Bryce Johnson, I don't know if people realize that the last 4 times that he has been called upon to hit late in a game, he's gone 3 for 4. He also had 2 hits making a start earlier this week against Baltimore. He joins the program. Bryce, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate you joining us here.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
How is Denver? How is the day off? I know that I read where Manny Machado kind of suggested everybody take a little break, get away, deep breath, and then kind of reset.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was pretty much that. I mean, I just chilled. I didn't do much. Walked around the city a little bit. Try to just relax as much as you can. These are kind of the dog days of the season. So whenever you get a chance to relax, you take advantage of it.
Yeah, you probably should have listened to the sports talk shows, Bryce. I think that would have put you and everybody else on the team in a really good mood. I'm joking.
For sure.
I'm joking, of course. But look, the 8 out of 10, it's not fun. I know that. But I also know that you can report to us that there hasn't been a shred of confidence shaken in that locker room.
No, not at all. I mean, just look at this roster. Yeah, this season's so long that, you got to go through your ups and downs. And we just we're happy to go through one right now. So I'm confident, in that clubhouse that we're going to get out of it. So what a great opportunity tonight to do it.
We're talking to Bryce Johnson here, Padres outfielder, Friar Friday, 97.3 The Fan. And Bryce, you as a fan, us looking at you guys matching up against the Twins and then matching up against the Orioles, a lot of us are going to look at the record and think, okay, this is an easy win for the Padres. But it's not that way. In reality, everybody's a major leaguer at that level. They can play really well. How do you explain a good team maybe not playing up to the potential that they can against a perceived, quote-unquote, bad team?
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to call anybody a bad team, like you said. I mean, everybody here, everybody here is, here for a reason. Everybody at this level is good. So, I mean, I think it's just, us coming down to, playing our game. And it's just, we haven't put it all together right now. But, we're, like you said, there is no confidence in there that has gone out the door for us. And we have all the confidence in the world. So, I have no doubt we'll get it going again.
Bryce Johnson is with us, Padres outfielder in Colorado, Padres and Rockies tonight. Bryce, take us through your journey from San Diego and then away from San Diego, and then luckily for us, back to San Diego. It's been a bit of a crazy, 6-7 months for you. Give us a little recap.
Crazy is the exact word for it. I mean, we've just been kind of all over the place. But it's been fun. I got to meet a bunch of people over there in Pittsburgh that I came up and played with when I was younger too, with Q Brian Hayes and some of those guys over there. But and then once I got the news I was coming back here, I was ecstatic. I mean, spending all year, in 24 here, I met a lot of good people, and then coming back, it's still pretty much the same group. So coming back to these guys, they welcomed me with welcome arms, and it was fun. And I couldn't be more happy than be here right now.
When you're, Bryce, in the dugout, we're getting into the later innings, 7th, 8th inning. I don't know. Did the coaches talk to you, say, hey, if Sheets gets on this inning, we're probably going to run you for him? Is that something they discuss with you ahead of time? I saw you the other night kind of stretching. You hadn't come into the game yet, but I'm assuming you were thinking, I'm probably coming in, so I better be ready. So do you get a heads up on that, and how does that work? And also when you're going to go in defensively or pinch hit, any of those things, how does that all get communicated?
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, these guys do an awesome job of communicating. We even talk about it before the game starts. This might happen, this might happen. And we just kind of go through, what could happen in the game and how I could end up in there. And, when it gets to I have my own routine now. I've been doing it for a while now, but I have my own routine that I kind of go through during the game. No matter what the score is, you always want to be ready. You don't want to be caught off guard.
Yeah.
Not stretched out, cold going into the game or something like that, which has happened before, and it's not a good feeling. But it's just, it's just sticking to my routine, knowing what's going on in the game, watching the game, and seeing, how stuff's playing out and, where I can fit in and stuff like that. So we have a good idea, and these guys do a great job of getting me ready. Just to go into the game and, help us win.
Talking to Bryce Johnson here, Padres outfielder on 97.3 The Fan. And Bryce, you are in the middle of your best offensive season of your career. And so I was curious, when I was driving down here, I was thinking, what can I ask you that I really want to know about a major league player? When you go up to bat, and do you look at your numbers and think, hey, I'm in the middle of the best offensive season of my career? Or do you just go and not look at the numbers and just get the job done? I'm always curious if people follow their own numbers.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, you try to, block all that out. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my dad the other day about it. He brought up the stats and was like, "Man, have you looked at what you've done?" And I'm like, "I'm not looking at it, but it's kind of there because I don't want to, I don't want to jinx anything because we're doing pretty well."
Yeah.
But we try to block all that out, and then I told him too. I'm like, I'm not really thinking about all that right now. If I just keep doing what I'm doing, all that at the end of the day will, be themselves and it'll show. But no, I try not to think about it. If that's the answer you were looking for, you're probably thinking that's what I was going to say.
No, I mean, I also was going to start it with all of your numbers. So now I'm glad I didn't start it with your numbers so that I don't put it. Yeah.
He's having a great year, man. 345. Like,
yeah, he tried.
My
dad tried to slide in there and, get the numbers at me and it's like, hey.
Yeah,
I need to
let's
hear all that.
Let's mention it. 345. That's a good number.
It really is.
Number.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Were you always fast and stealing bases? No, I mean, you probably were, but stealing bases, how much of it is speed and how much of you had to learn about the actual, idea of stealing a base, the art of stealing a base?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I've always been fast, played football and all that, so I was always had the speed for it. I would say getting into pro ball a little bit, and then especially my first year in AAA, and then my first year in the big league, it kind of got to the point where okay, we could use the speed, but like let's use it at the right time and not just carelessly steal bags, get thrown out at times. But since I've been up here and then my first year in AAA, we've kind of like honed in on like certain stuff, when to run, who's pitching in the game, the score of the game dictates everything. So it's like, it's more, situational, awareness of the steals. But I'm trying to go every time I could get on there, and then I'm praying every time I'm on first base for a ball to get hit into the gap just so I can just take off and not stop. But no, the speed is always there, and then now it's just gotten a little more technical.
Yeah,
I would say.
We're talking to Bryce Johnson here, Padres outfielder, 97.3 The Fan. Last one from me, Bryce, but another player question. Like you have to come into the game late in the game when everything's basically on the line. That's why you're in there for a defensive replacement to make sure no more runs are given up. But you may not get the most time practicing on the road in the field. How do you go about learning a new stadium? Because I'm sure it's a lot different for you every place that you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here early almost every day just to get my work in. If it comes to, running, lifting, hitting and all that, because I know when the game starts, you're waiting a little bit to get in. So I want to be prepared before. But yeah, we go through every stadium, every stadium, like you said, is different. Like tonight here in Colorado, everybody knows this place. So, it's getting, fly balls in and, getting reads off the bats and stuff like that, because this place, is completely different than Petco. So it's just learning each stadium. And then I've played here before and all, other stadiums too, but it's more of just pregame work, getting your feel. That's where, I feel like I treat everything like it's, it's game time. So just when I get in there, everything's solid. But no, it's been good work before the games.
Bryce Johnson, man, we're happy to have you again here in San Diego, part of another, successful season. I don't know with the Pittsburgh thing, but we're glad we got you back.
Awesome.
That's it. And
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, for sure. And the pride of Sam Houston State.
Nice.
He's a Bearcat.
Mm-hmm. I could hear it in the voice.
Yeah. Hey, Bryce, thanks for the time, man. Have fun in Denver tonight, and I'm sure we'll see you tracking down some fly balls late in that game. And you will get to use your speed in that outfield, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Have fun. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.